When the opportunity came along for us to get involved in Golf to Conquer Cancer, we jumped at it because we knew we were bringing a new community of people who could get engaged with the Princess Margaret. I mean, I've been involved with events and for years and years and have worked on fundraising for Princess Margaret, and I've seen the results of those funds. I've seen the doctors and how they've made differences in people's lives, and I know that the money we're going to create, it's going to engage a whole new community of people who will understand just how important Princess Margaret is, and it's going to move the ball forward. We're going to make a difference.
This golf tournament is going to be different than other tournaments. It's our inaugural event this year, but we're certainly aiming to make it the premier event in the country. We're going to have a limited number of foursomes, so we'll play quickly. Larry Rosen's made sure we're all going to get well remunerated with gifts from the company. And it's a great chance for us to have some camaraderie in the business community and rally around this great cause to conquer cancer.
Well, the game of golf has obviously given me a lot of opportunities. So being able to give back what the game has given me is just something that I've always done, from junior golf to charity events as well. But this is definitely special to me. Not only did my mom have cancer, but we don't go a day without coming across somebody who's either been afflicted by this disease or has somebody else that's come in contact with it. So for me, it's a daily battle of dealing with this disease on and off the golf course.
Personalized cancer medicine is an absolute revolution in what's happening in cancer care and cancer research. And you know, we're basically in the first inning of a 9-inning game in terms of where personalized cancer medicine is going. But I am so proud and happy to say that the Princess Margaret Cancer Centre is not only a leader for Canada, but for the world in personalized medicine. Now, what personalized cancer medicine is all about is 4 pillars, basically, or building blocks. It's about detect, diagnose, target, and support, with a great deal more precision and almost always with a genomic screen or a genomic diagnosis of the cancer. Not just looking under a microscope at a cancer cell, but understanding at the level of the DNA what's going on with cancer, and then providing a much more precise treatment.
Well, I think the critical component to battle cancer today, without doubt, is research. It's very simple. Cancer is probably the most complex disease out there. It's not an outside invader coming in, it's sort of a mutiny of inside invaders and taking over. And because of that, there's some really challenging biology. And it's interesting to look at the challenging biology, because if you look at research done in the 70s, 80s, and certainly the first half of the 90s, although it was good and important and a lot of advances were made, it was no way as rapid and as logarithmic as the advances today. And the analogy I always give is we were basically fighting a nuclear foe with bows and arrows. And what's changed tremendously in the last 5 years has been, really in part due to computer technology, has been now the ability to understand all the complexities about cancer, and really with advanced bioinformatics and chip technology and high throughput analyses, we now have the tools to really understand the biology of cancer, because that ultimately is going to be where the win happens. The concept of preventing prostate cancer wasn't even on the agenda 20 years ago, and it's now, we now have some trials, some pivotal trials showing that we can do it with certain drugs, and are continuing some of that work with newer drugs and newer strategies. It's essential for us to have philanthropic dollars to fill those holes so that we can maintain our global leadership. And if it's not done, then there tends to be a trickle-down effect that I think would harm us. It would harm Canada, it would harm Ontario, not only in terms of great discoveries, so opportunity costs, but also potentially losing our best researchers and our best clinical doctors, because many of them are engaged in the research as well, and they all want to work in places where they can do world-class research.
As a board member of the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation, and as the presenting sponsor of Golf to Conquer Cancer, I want to shout out a big thank you to all of you for getting involved in helping us conquer cancer in our lifetime.